Hi, I'm Cool Cat Edits. Nice to see you guys again. I know I've been gone for a long time and probably made some broken promises, but I am hopefully back. I was trying to figure out where did I really want the channel to go, and making these edits have been really hard, and I put so much time and energy into them and like finding clips, but it's been hard to find clips that I really want to use for videos because the sites that I've used do not work anymore. But anyways, I want to talk about something that I'm super passionate about, going back to my first video on this channel about Angela from Boy Meets World. And you'll definitely see me talk about Boy Meets World a lot more on this channel, that it being one of my favorite shows and me knowing so much about it. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video, and like, comment, subscribe. Okay, so today's video is me talking about Shawn and Angela being this masterclass in love for me personally. Mostly just focusing on the episodes in season 5, episode 7, and season 5, episode 8, them starting out their romantic journey. So we meet Angela in season 5, episode 2, but Shawn doesn't start dating her till season 5, episode 7, I Love You, Donna Karen. In this episode, you witness the breakup of Shawn and Angela after dating for 2 weeks. At this point, Shawn has a rule that he dates girls for only 2 weeks. This rule was known by Angela, and she takes it better than the rest.
So I guess that's it. It's over.
2 weeks. You knew that going in.
I did.
Wait, where are you going?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done letting me down easy. Go ahead.
Never mind.
You know, in this moment, it really did prove to me that Shawn finally met his match with Angela. Angela does not cry. She does not grovel at Shawn's feet like probably every girl does, and Shawn like expects her to. Like, she's a baddie. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. No. So she knew the terms and she accepted it, and then she moved on. And to that point, it just proved to me like, yeah, she's just like him. And throughout the episode, we see Shawn fall in love with Angela unintentionally through her purse.
Ah, Shakespeare. I hear he's good. And notice the bookmark. A ticket stub to a Van Damme movie only the greatest actor ever made.
Okay, so all we got here is a purse-losing, lips-protecting, poetry-reading, Van Damme-loving gal.
Wow. I'd give her 2 weeks.
Okay, why are you so happy?
Well, I think I met someone. Someone special.
Shawn, you just giggled.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot.
So I do think the symbol of the purse for Shawn is him finding emotional connection, love, and also his love for the arts. The purse symbolizes the strongest thing, I believe, that Shawn and Angela have going for themselves is their shared interests. I think they have so much in common, and they both become lovers of the arts, like poems and classical music. And we do know Shawn does go on to be a photographer, and in other episodes Shawn begins writing poems, and that's something Angela does as well. And she's the only person that knew, like, yeah, that's obviously Shawn. Like, Shawn wrote that poem. And I just thought that's so beautiful how much they do have in common. And up until this point, Shawn's hobbies have been just girls and dating. He doesn't really have things that he's really interested in. Like, he's not a sports guy, he's not into fashion or none of that. It's just dating, just girls. And the purse does open up Shawn to becoming more deep and coming into contact with his emotional side.
The purse girl. Did you know that she likes classical music?
Shawn, you hate classical music.
Well, I just never gave it a chance. This is the part where the violin rocks. Like it. Debbie, if you close your eyes, you can actually see spring. Animals awakening from their winter rest, flowers blossoming into full bloom. Try it.
Vivaldi's Four Seasons. I love that.
So do I.
It's so beautiful. If you close your eyes, you can actually see the seasons change.
I said that. I said the exact same thing. I read the same books as you. I listen to the same music, and I go to the same movies. So when I tell you how I feel, it is not just work.
And I do see a more emotional, gentle side to Shawn because of this newfound love for these things. Now getting into Shawn's abandonment issues. Shawn has a deep abandonment and commitment issues. Yeah. Shawn tends to never get close to anyone he was dating. That has to do with the way that he was raised by his parents. Shawn's mother ran out on him and his dad twice. And his dad went chasing for her and was hardly in his life. So he has a mother on the run that ran away twice, which is crazy. A kid should never go through that. And his half a father. And he always had this deep fear of people just walking out of his life and leaving him. And Shawn finally opened himself up to love in this episode, but was scared to take that step of actually experiencing it. So Shawn finds this purse and he falls in love with the purse, literally, and never wants to know who the purse belongs to because his fear of being let down if he opens himself up to this experience.
I can't meet her. This feeling's so incredible. I just want to hold on to it for as long as possible.
Listen, what are you so afraid of?
I'm afraid of getting hurt, okay? I mean, I've seen the pain on my father's face every time a woman walks out because he's not good enough. I went there, okay? I put my heart in the line. She's got a boyfriend, Cory. And do you know what I feel now? Pain. It's like my heart's been ripped out and stepped on.
Now talking about Shawn taking a chance. Shawn does find out Angela was the true owner of the purse, and this story just gets so much better. And during my rewatch, I constantly go back to this episode because of the yearning and the angst that comes from Ryder Strong's performance. But initially, Shawn felt like finding out Angela was the purse owner, it was a lost cause. Because they already dated for 2 weeks, and he was like, I would have known if I was in love with her for those 2 weeks, but I wasn't. So yeah, if she's a purse owner, then okay, whatever. And then he looks into her eyes, and just like that, he was in love.
Shawn, why are you looking at me like that?
Because I never have before.
And it definitely was not a love at first sight thing because they've already dated, but since he got to know who she was and her personality, and I'm pretty sure those 2 weeks that they've dated that he didn't really get the chance to because they probably made out during that whole time and everything was probably servants level. But actually finding out who she was and actually getting to have a real connection with someone led him to actually being in love with her. And Angela at this point has her true relationship with this guy that she could care less about. But she has abandonment issues as well. So it kind of is what it is at this point. But Shawn eventually does confesses his love for her. And it scares her. Like, so bad.
Look, Angela, I want to be with you more than anybody in this entire world.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
So to get into Angela's abandonment issues, we do have to fast forward just a little bit. In this episode, Angela mentions never dating someone longer than 2 weeks. And she has never fallen in love before, and it scares her.
Why are you doing this? We went out. You told me it was only going to be for 2 weeks, and then it was going to be over.
I know that you're scared, okay? I'm scared too.
Shawn, you've never been in a relationship for longer than 2 weeks, and neither have I. We wouldn't know what to do. I've never had a serious relationship either. every time I got close to someone, I just figured it was best to get away before we hurt each other. Is someone gonna get hurt here, Shawn?
We don't know why Angela has these fears in season 5 specifically until season 7. In one of my favorite episodes, season 7, episode 3, Angela's Men, her father comes to town from the military, and Angela reveals that her mother walked out on her life just like Shawn.
How could you have not told me?
That my mother walked out on me just like your mother walked out on you?
Yes. Don't you think I would have understood? How are you gonna hurt me more if you love me?
I can't love you.
Why not?
Because
Why?
Because I'll leave you.
In this relationship, she fears she is bound to become her mother, that she will leave and hurt Shawn eventually. So now we know that they both have half a dad and a mother who walked out on them. Now let's get into the Cory and Topanga of it all. So we all know there's only one Cory and Topanga. Everyone always says it. Constantly in the episode was being brought up that I want to be like them, or I want what they have, referring to Cory and Topanga. And we could all aspire to be Cory and Topanga, but to me it is a little unrealistic because they have their own thing going on. Basically love at first sight, depending on who you ask, because Cory and Topanga never know how they met for real. Continuity issues. He knew he loved her at 13, and he grew up with a 2-parent household that loved each other. Topanga did too, up until like season 6, but I digress. And their experience are going to be different from Shawn and Angela, who don't really have a healthy relationship in their life. And we see Shawn during their date put on a performance to be the next Cory and Topanga, and it doesn't work at all.
You said you knew me. If you really knew me, why would you bring me here?
Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how to be myself around you.
And it makes sense for him to do that because his only example of a healthy relationship is them. So it makes sense that he would want to create that with Angela. Their love was always going to look different for Cory and Topanga. And when Shawn stopped complicating it and just allowed it to happen organically, it was able to grow, especially with Angela sharing her same fears.
I have always wanted to feel for somebody what Cory feels for Topanga. I want to change our relationship. Because I think you have to be friends before you can fall in love.
You want to be my friend?
My final thoughts. Shawn and Angela represented couples that didn't have it smooth sailing in the beginning. And it did represent for me 2 broken people who only saw broken relationships and took a chance on being in love, even though they had no idea what they were doing. Shawn needed someone who wasn't going to judge him for running or being scared of commitment. And he needed a person to be super patient with him until he figured it out. And I also believe that for Angela. They helped each other by taking a chance to love each other, even when it was scary, overwhelming, or hard. So that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna try my best to do more videos like this. If you love it, please comment, like, subscribe. Please comment, because I do love talking about my Boy Meets World theories and opinions. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye.
Angela. She's the first name in my book. She's the one I want.